Hi guys and welcome to my channel. So in this video I'll be giving you a step-by-step tutorial on how to get the style that's trending everywhere, and it's called a 3D butterfly braids. Before I start, I just need to let you know that this was the first time I done this, so it did not come out perfect. However, throughout this video I'll be giving out tips to avoid so yours can come out better than mine did. Now this is an in-depth video, so I highly recommend that you watch the whole video. Let's get into it. So the first thing you need to do is make two individual braids. Now to create that 3D effect you need two, and then we are going to combine these two braids together. So for this style you only need two equipment. I only use the needle and a thread, and get a thread that matches at least one of the hair color. I chose to use black to mask the thread and it worked perfectly. So as you can see above, I've put some arrows indicating how the needle works. Now I'm going to try my best to explain this to you. So we will insert the needle down through the black and bring the needle back up again through the black. And then while we're up there, we're going to then put the needle through the blonde, underneath the blonde. Make sure it doesn't go through the blonde because then the thread will be showing through, which we want to avoid. So you're going to diagonally insert the needle diagonally like so, and then take that out and put it down again into the black, and then tighten it. Make sure you tighten it one. This sounds so wrong. Oh my days, it sounds so wrong. I need to actually take it serious. Not what you're thinking. It's just I can't find any other way to explain this to you. So that's the best way I can do it for you. Now that I've explained it at least once, please just watch the video. I've put the arrows there, so I'm not gonna say it will be straightforward. That's a lie, because it did take some practice for me to get this. You do need to leave a bit of space for the antennas. So the butterfly, the little tail that sticks out, you need to leave a bit of the ends for that. That means that you're not going to sew everything. You're just going to leave just a little bit for the antenna. So after you cut off any leftover thread, you need to mold the hair into the shape of the butterfly. We're going to create the first wing first. So mold the first wing to how you want it to look like, the size you want it to be. Not gonna lie, I didn't like how this one came out. I felt like it came out too thick. So next time when I'm making the individual braids, I'm just gonna make it a bit thinner than this was. I just felt like it was a bit too bulky. I like the thinner butterflies, not the thick ones. I want them to be thin like me. I'm a skinny girl. I want them to be thin like me. But don't get it twisted. It still moves, you know. Don't get it twisted. So moving on, you're going to sew the first wing. I put arrows above to show you which direction you need to sew. So at the base of the wing, you sew everything together. But as you move up, you need to leave some holes in between. When you get to the middle, or when you get to the part that you want to let the holes be, you're just going to sew the middle, as I'm showing you, just the middle part of the butterfly wing. So you're just going to, it's so difficult to explain this to you, but yeah, like now I'm just inserting into those two strands. I'm not combining them together like I did at the base. So if you missed that, please just go back, rewind and see how I done the base again. But once you're ready to leave that hole, just do what I'm doing now. Insert diagonally just the two strands. It's so difficult to explain this to you. I'm so sorry, but hopefully the visuals are helping at this moment, because the audio is really not helping. I'm not even helping myself right now. After you get to the top, you're just going to sew back down again. You're just going to keep sewing back down and get back to where you started. When you arrive at the base, we're literally going to repeat what we've done on that side to the next wing. However, make sure that the length of the braid, the initial braid that we made, is long enough to make a second wing. Either repeat the first wing twice and then attach it together, or you can do what I'm doing, just use the same hair to make the second wing as I've shown in the video. This was literally trial and error, so take your time. Don't rush the process, because when you get it wrong, it can get very frustrating. So take your time and take however long you need to make that first butterfly. It doesn't have to be perfect, just take your time and get the technique right. This was my first trial and that was far from perfect, so trust me when I say it takes time and practice. So after you get your second wing, we will have to work on the antennas. And with the antennas, with this one, I didn't do anything special. I just sewed the antennas up like so. I just sewed it back up and then I worked on it. That was it. But the second butterfly, which I'll be showing you in a minute, I done a little Christmas wrap in the middle of the butterfly and it came out so cute. Don't worry, it's in the video, it's after this one. But with this one, see how I'm just doing the antennas? The antennas, I can't say that word. With this one, you're just going to sew the antennas back up. So position the antennas how you want it and sew. I'm so sorry, if you can't sew, you can use glue. I've seen people use glue. Personally, I don't think glue will last, and I don't want my clients calling me, telling me their butterflies fell off. I want their butterflies to stay on that braid. So I think this is the best technique to use if you're doing it on clients. If you're doing it on yourself and you don't mind the wind blowing off your butterfly, then you can use glue. But again, it will be the same technique. Now, to achieve the antennas, I didn't want the sticks to be too long or too thick. So I really wanted the antennas to be braids. But as you can see, once I cut that braid up, it just unraveled and there was no way I was going to even bother braiding that up. So the little trick that I done was I molded the antennas to the shape that I wanted. Not too thick, not too long. And then I used a bit of edge control. If you've got any edge control, any molding gel, you can use it and just make it sleek. Moving on to the second butterfly. So with this one, it's proper. I created a little bow. It's not a bow, but like I used the antennas to wrap around itself so you can get a defined butterfly. Yeah, it just gave that defined butterfly. And as you can see, I've wrapped the leftover hair around the middle of the butterfly and I'm just sewing it into place. This was my best butterfly that day. It just looks so sleek. And going forward, that's how I'm going to make my butterflies. I made 3 in total. With the way I'm struggling and with the effort I've put into this video, if you've watched up to this stage, press the like button please, because you have to support your girl. Support me so I can bring more videos like this to you, okay? Thank you. When you get to this stage, like, clap for yourself. You've done so well. You've created a butterfly. As you can see, that's 2 of them. Perfect. But we're not done yet. Now you need to braid your hair. I hope you have not forgotten that stage. You need to braid your hair. You need to do the actual braids. As you can see, I'm doing large, medium, large knotless braids on my client's hair and a heart shape in the middle. So I did 1 heart shape. So I saw this video on TikTok and I wanted to recreate that look. So I done a heart in the middle and that's the knotless braids. Now I'm going to show you how to attach the butterfly to the knotless braids. Basically, you're going to put the butterfly in the middle of the braid and you're just going to sew it. Again, like I mentioned, it's literally a needle and thread and your magic hands. That's it. So you're just going to sew. And when you feel that it's intact, this part is all about feeling. After you sew many times, sew up and down. Once you feel that, oh, it's steady, then yeah, you can let it go and cut it off. I then repeated the same thing for the next 2 butterflies. Then I did a pemrod set on the ends of the knotless braids to make it curly. Let me tell you the biggest mistake I made. So the worst mistake or the worst thing that I done for this braid, this butterfly braid, was dipping it in hot water. This is very important. Note this down. Do not dip the butterfly braids in hot water. because it just drowns. It becomes so lifeless. The butterfly braid becomes lifeless and you can't mold it. It just looks dull. I'll show you in the next clip how it looked after it went in the hot water. Do not dip the butterfly braid in the hot water. Next time what I'll do is I'll just stick the butterfly braid on after I've dipped the knotless braids in hot water. Look how lifeless they look. They look so hungry. They look like they've not been fed for years. That's why my butterfly looks wrinkly. We don't want wrinkly butterflies. But I did fix it in the end. I just went in again with the needle and thread, sewed it back up and just tightened it. That's how I fixed it. But guys, that's the worst thing you can do to these butterflies. Don't dip them in hot water, or dip them in hot water before you start the whole process. But anyways guys, thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below and I'll try my best to answer them. Subscribe and see you in my next video. Bye.